Netflix is out with a new Devil May Cry series, and I, honestly, have not interacted with a Devil May Cry game since, I think, 2014?
Well. That was a long time ago.
Damn! And so, watching this, I think I might have to give this the highest level of praise anybody can give a video game adaptation. This show made me want to go back and play the Devil May Cry games. Woo! I am so hyped after watching this. Everything about this show was almost perfect. Dante is still the badass that I remember him to be. Again, it has been quite a while since I have played any of these games, so I do not quite remember the supporting character of Lady. However, she was an absolute badass.
I know. It's a lot to take in.
She can dominate me anytime. I would even go as far as to say that I absolutely love the choice of antagonist for this particular season. The White Rabbit is not only a character who is charismatic and calculated, he is also a character with a very compelling backstory and a villain who walks his talk.
Now, we all go down the rabbit hole together.
It's been said that a show is as good as its antagonist is, and this show is definitely that much better for having the White Rabbit present in it. And Vice President Baines is quite the presence on his own, but what stands out most is hearing that very iconic Kevin Conroy voice again.
No, this isn't where my death will come. We are all servants of the Lord's plan, willingly or not.
R.I.P. you freaking legend, you have given us yet another masterful voice acting role, and we surely miss your work.
God will not allow it until the purpose he intends for me is fulfilled.
And this video is gonna be all over the place. It has no particular format in the way that I'm going about this. I am actually rambling right after finishing that finale, and I had a blast watching this show. Of course, the reception online is so-and-so, so the best piece of advice that I can offer you is that if you are a fan of the DMC games, or if you have watched the trailer and have any interest in this show, you should definitely give it a try. I mean, it's not exactly the best thing since sliced bread or anything like that, and you will find that a lot bigger channels than I actually have very strong opinions on this. Heck, even YouTube's darling, our very own Moist Critical, Charles White, isn't all too giddy about this show.
So I plopped my swampy ass down on the couch, I put that motherfucker on, and man, I was not very impressed. It was just so disappointing. I haven't finished it yet, full disclosure. I'm 4 or 5 episodes in, I can't remember. And I didn't, hate episode 1. I actually thought it was, kind of a fun start.
And that is perfectly fine. He was just giving his opinion, as am I. So, for people who rely on the online discourse before they can actually watch things, this is what I'm gonna have to suggest that you just go watch for yourself. Which is quite simple, as the show kinda sells itself. We have a saying in Swahili, chema chajiuza, kibaya chajitembeza. This time focusing more on that initial part, the chema chajiuza part, as the animation in this show is absolutely gorgeous. So by simply viewing the trailer, it might just generate the right kind of interest. The look and feel of this animation brought to you courtesy of South Korea's Studio Mir, which you might know from The Legend of Korra, the 4th season of The Boondocks, Dota, Dragon's Blood, My Adventures with Superman, and quite curiously as I just learned, X-Men 97.
Remember it.
An array of very gorgeous shows, and DMC 2025 is definitely amongst their best. So if you have seen the trailer and you're visually interested, then well and good. But for things that you might not have seen through the trailer, well, allow me to speak a little bit on those. Starting firstly with the soundtrack. I cannot emphasize just how golden this soundtrack is. Look, I started my DMC journey with Devil May Cry 2 on the PlayStation 2. Suffice to say, I am fairly older. And so with this, I can also safely say that the music in this show definitely plays up to my generation. Every single needle drop was nostalgic and amazing.
I work better with music.
With songs from Limp Bizkit, Papa Roach, Rage Against the Machine, Green Day, Gunship, even Evanescence. I have no doubt was picked up by a person who is my peer.
Smells like some millennial bullshit to me.
Now, music aside, the episodes themselves, the choices of some of these scenes being homages, direct lifts from the games, the very structure of some of these episodes, such as the phenomenal run of episode 4 and 5, are direct lift from the Raid movies, followed by the masterful direction of episode 6, which for the most part is non-dialogue but still tells these amazing backstories of both Lady and the White Rabbit, which is brought up just in time to tie all of this together towards the penultimate and of course the season finale for this show.
It is no coincidence that our whole little unholy trinity had our families taken from us. Dante, you, and I.
I mean, I just have to give props to the writing, the storyboarding, and the direction of this season. That run from episode 4 to the finale is simply masterful. It is exactly the level of structuring I wish I had put into this video. However, I just wanted to ramble about this series immediately after finishing the finale. This show was such a blast. I had so much fun with it despite its shortcomings, which there were in fact, but so few and far in between for me personally that I do not even need a separate segment for it in this particular video. So for the very last time, if you had any interest in watching this after seeing the trailer, or if a friend told you to give it a try, I highly recommend that you do. And even if you didn't have any interest in it, give it a try. Maybe it will scratch that entertainment itch that you might be having. Anyway, I am going to sign out here, vocally at least. Hop into this portal and go do the video editing so you can get to see all the cool visuals that go along with this voice. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, comment about absolutely anything, and come on, join the squad by subscribing down below so that we can defeat this demon of being a small channel. And of course, thank you for your time, and I do hope to be seeing you in the next one of these.
Rest in peace, little chicken. It's been a bash.